Hey guys, good morning over here from Gyumri, Armenia. So I decided to make a video on this, actually a few things, because I've noticed multiple people are asking certain questions. So I'd rather just make a video and upload it on my channel, because it's like, why repeat myself on a regular basis? Because I don't like it. I just don't like repeating myself or going back into a state of, I'm not a person of the past, I'm a person of going forward in life. But when it comes to me being with people and connecting with people, I've noticed everybody loves feeling emotionally connecting to the past. So I don't like victimhood, I like making your life better. So that's why I'm independent, that's why I thrive. I'm like the perfect example of the word definition of independence. So I've noticed there's like a numerous amount of guys contacting me on my work line where I do like readings and such, and majority of them are Armenian, and they're playing it off like that they're not, or like they're like African or something, and they're not playing games, they're legit wanting to get readings done. But I just find it interesting how you're all kind of going with it at the same time right now. So please don't play tricks, but I can see that. I just had a reading with one, I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but the mere fact that you're wanting to connect with me in this manner is pretty interesting to me, because it can mean multiple things for me personally. But one of them, he was calling himself Sarkis, and okay, so back to what the intention of this video. So people have been asking me how are people, like, are the men in Gyumri still hitting on me with face tattoos? Because a lot of people are aware that me living in Gyumri throughout the years, like having all these body tattoos, it's considered very exotic for a female to have all these body tattoos here, and they know I used to get stalked a lot, literally. And they've been asking since I got my face tattoos how I'm perceived. I will tell you, a good 80-85% of all those guys hitting on me have been dropped. They still stare, but they just don't hit on me. They still talk to me, but they don't. Majority, I'm talking about 80% out of 100 has dropped. The last 20% though are still very persistent, and those are probably a little bit more of the extreme type. So anyways, I don't live here to connect with guys like that. So whoever knows me, they know I will not associate. I don't care to be with anyone or anything or any. Anyways, so let's change that topic. That should be clear, because I've been saying, another thing that I've been asked is, do people treat me different? No, they're still respectful. They still talk to me with respect. No one, you would think, no one really comes out and stares at me like with suspicion or with their eyes boggling out, or like they don't look at me like that or anything. They'll look, but they don't look at me like that. Even people that I don't know. But I will tell you, when I went to Vanatsor, some of them, like when I'd walk the street, they would look at me that way. But you have to understand that Vanatsor is less, the people of Vanatsor they just don't. And I like to go to Vanatsor sometimes, because Vanatsor is really nice for clearing away like sadness and energy that you can pick up from living in Gyumri for so long. So because it's literally on the mountains, the entire place is literally on the mountains, Vanatsor. So it's like going up and down the strip, you could feel energetic shifts happening. If you're into energy and like energy healing and like release, you could feel it when you're there. And I'm still respected, don't get me wrong. I'm never really disrespected, unless, this is another thing I wanted to say. Some inexperienced people who live here, or in Armenia in general, that know me as to be a good girl, they say, or they have said in the past, like, do you ever worry that people will bother you? And I'm like, no, because Armenia is a pretty safe country in general as a whole. Sure, in my past, like, I pretty much grew up in Jane and Finch area in Toronto. So growing up in Jane and Finch, like, I was 15 years old. I used to keep daggers in my fucking pants, connected to my thighs, not even in my pockets, connected to my thighs at 15. because of all the gangs and the shit that would happen there, the danger to random people too. You wouldn't have to be associated. In Armenia, it's a completely different ballgame. No one's going to come up to you and start slashing you or be like, give me all your money, unless you're in some form of connection with them and you've, you know, you got involved in some dirty work with them and you're not paying them. That's a completely different ballgame. But I don't do anything illegal. I don't do drugs. I never will. I don't do anything underground. People are actually surprised how normal I fucking am behind closed doors, in a sense that I just don't get involved in anything. I'm a clean girl, you know? So, does that mean people probably look at me or perceive me as maybe being in a gang myself or a mafia? Sure, probably. Do I care? No, because we still all talk to each other with respect, but majority of them know I'm just an artistic person who expresses myself different. And with all these like tourists coming here and moving here, they're just kind of keeping their eyes more open, you know. So, and majority of people, they know I'm Armenian here, so it's not that it should matter whether I'm Armenian or not. It's just people in Gyumri talk. So if you're kind of like doing something, everybody kind of knows. Do you get what I'm saying? And that kind of goes back to that guy in the military that used to kind of follow me around when I used to run my family business when I was like 18, 19. When I would run it in the middle of like up until like 2 to 4 a.m. by myself, and there'd be a lineup. I remember he used to constantly ask me, because I used to have a butcher hand in my left hand. I'm a lefty, obviously. I'm left-handed. Hey! He's damaging my house. So yeah, I used to have a dagger in my hand. Plus, I was doing stuff with the dagger. So he used to always be like to me, "Can you sit down? Like, I want to know, where did you learn how to hold the knife and a dagger like that?" And I'm like, "Are you fucking investigations? Like, are you secret police?" He's like, "No, I'm in the military." He's like, I've never seen a strong woman like you before, and the way you're holding that dagger is just, it's angled perfectly in a way that you're ready to rip a person's heart out." Literally, people are trained in the military to hold the knife or the dagger in a certain angle, in a certain way, in order to rip hearts out, and you are doing it exactly in that angle. Where did you learn how to do that? And I'm like, and it wasn't too long after that where I got into the military, and at least not too long after that, but I was more into like the intelligence, and that's what I did. But anyways, I think majority of those guys that are connecting with me through my line, they're just fascinated over the fact that I'm a psychic, I'm into the occult, I have military experience, psychology experience, all in one. I think they find that extremely fascinating, so they're just wanting to learn certain aspects within, you know, and maybe learn themselves. So I think I should be cutting off probably majority of what I wanted to say through this video, because I don't want to make it super long. But any other questions, hit me up, ask me, because I'd rather just post it on YouTube, and that's it. Thank you. Bye bye. One more thing, in regards to my temple that's coming in Gyumri in Armenia, or my little occult group organization / business, like where I have a physical location in Gyumri, it's going to be from the year 2027, or I'll give it about 2027 up to 2029, where it's actually here happening. Okay, so before that, please don't expect anything to be unleashed. I know we're entering 2023, but I need a good 5 years to have this physical location, because I'm very a certain way of how I want it to be, and just the whole vibe and everything. Okay, so you're gonna have to hold. And I did get new tattoos on my face. I'm gonna have to get it touched up, because the one on my lip looks faded basically, and on my chin. So literally at the 3rd day it started fading. I had a thick line on my lip. It's kind of basically gone. So we're gonna thicken that up. There's the Russian girl, Russian tattoo artist. Anybody who wants to be tattooed by her, let me know when you're here. And because my video is reversed, you can't see what's written on my face. So that actually is new as well, and it says Ganach for green.